Uh-oh. I'm always doing something wrong, you guys. Okay. Hey guys. Oh, it's so dark every time. Welcome to Shop Talk, episode 10. As usual, I'm having issues trying to figure out my setup. I'm gonna get better at this, I promise. All right, so I don't know exactly who's signing in today, but our topic is how to have difficult conversations with the people that mean the most to you, or mean a lot to you, rather. So obviously, I'm not going to start talking, but well, maybe I will. All right, let me just go on to our disclaimer. You guys know this is just a safe place for folks to chop it up and give their opinions on different things, or to be able to speak freely on what's going on. I'm sorry, let me just do this invite really quick, guys. All right, sorry. There's nobody who's joined this panel, any of these 10 episodes, that is a professional, doctor or therapist, psychologist, anything. We don't, this is just us sharing our views on different things. So I don't want people to get that confused. My original goal in starting Shop Talk was because I have some amazing clients, and when we're in the studio, when we're in the shop and we're chopping it up, like, the conversation is just always really good. So I always think, let me bring this to the rest of the world, because hey, I want to get opinions from everybody. So the virtual edition started because of COVID. That's the real reason why I started the virtual, but then this has been fun for me, so I thought I'd keep it going. I can't stress enough that I want you guys to come on the comment. If you want to be part of the panel, hit me up. I can write in, even on the one for that day. Like today, if you wanted to get on, we can put you in. What else? So much stuff I always want to say, and then I can't think of it. All right, anyways, so I don't know if you guys know that obviously you're on Book Her Beauty Bar. That's my hair page, but you can also find me on Instagram, or where else? Snapchat at it's Lil Booker Lifestyles. So, and then we have Tiffany on already. So Tiff, you wanna say hi?
Hey, how you doing?
So Tiff's a regular now. Okay, here we go. Here go Trine. Hello, hello. So, and now we have Tree. You want to say
Can
hi?
you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Sure can.
Okay. Hey guys,
I don't
I'm
know.
in the rain.
Hey,
I
Trina.
got rained on my in my poncho. I had on a poncho and I'm still somehow soaked from fucking head to toe, and I'm a little bit disturbed by that because my poncho didn't survive in what it's supposed to survive in. So yeah,
So,
I'm a little bit.
so your poncho's whack.
My poncho, like I get clowned for wearing a poncho all the time, and then just to realize like my elbows wet. Why are my elbows wet? My arms was inside. I don't get it. But I digress, guys. Hey, how's everybody doing this evening?
Doing
You know what?
good.
This is so weird. When I'm looking on this, it's like I keep trying to shift myself because I look like I'm out of the way, but I don't know if I am or not. I'm just being weird now. Okay. Do I look really dark to you, Tiffany?
Yes.
Trina, am I dark to you? Oh,
Yeah, you do.
I probably need to, I don't know.
You know, you probably are gonna need like either turn a light on or bring a lamp closer to your laptop wherever you are, so that you can get some light in the back of your camera.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll switch rooms. Like, come on, walk with me. Adriana, you want to say hi? Adriana, you don't even have a picture up?
How do I do that?
Give me 2 seconds. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. You don't know. I don't know how to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, me either. How do you do that?
As soon as I get fully situated, I will turn my
Say
camera
what?
on.
How's
I didn't
this,
hear you
guys?
guys.
They're trying to figure out how to put the picture.
Oh, when you log in, when you sign in, you go to edit avatar and you can choose a picture or take a picture right there.
We're doing a little bit better here. Okay.
What you
Okay,
say,
I'm
Trina?
just light, guys. Is it better?
Not really, but okay.
What? I thought it was so much better. How about now?
A little bit, yeah.
Jeez. Well, this is as
Do
good
I
as it gets.
sound muffled or distorted at all?
No, you sound fine.
Okay.
All right. So today's topic is how to have, or how do you have, difficult conversations with. Originally, I was saying friends, but I switched it to like just the people that mean a lot to you or people that you love. So this, for everybody on the panel right now's dynamics are pretty close. So I feel like this, I mean, like we've been friends for years, and obviously Adriana's my daughter, so you guys would be the people, some of the people that I would be discussing, trying to talk to. Because I feel like as with friendships and stuff doesn't always, it's not always easy. I personally feel like it's harder to speak to somebody about something you don't like or something that's upset you with the people that you love than it is with, people that are like work people or associates or stuff like that. What do you guys think?
I think it's about equal. Because, like, so with your friends, you know them and they know you. And you should be able to say anything to your friend as long as you're being nice about it. You know what I mean? But when it's like your workplace, you have to like kind of dance around everything because, respect of the individual, you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, you don't want to be discriminating or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or feeling like you're singling out that person or whatever. So I feel like that having that conversation at work or with, you know, friends of a friend or just people that you socialize with, but they're not really your friends or whatever, is kind of harder to do.
Yeah, no, I would agree. It is definitely more difficult. Trina or Adriana, what do you guys think?
Hey, you want to go first, Trina, or you want me to go?
Set him up for a second. I was just making sure that wasn't my situation. Yeah, I'm a big proponent in just having the hard conversations no matter what. Um, I think there's certain things that may not rise to the level of conversation. Like, so sometimes there may be one of your friends, family member, a loved one, or whomever that may make you feel some kind of way, but it doesn't really, rise to the level of confrontation or a sit down. But I think if it does rise to a level where you feel like it's still sitting in your emotions or still sitting in your spirit, then I'm definitely like, okay, I got to say something because the natural next step for me is to get distant and then dismissive. And so I'd rather just meet it at the door if it's something that's me feel some kind of way. But I don't think every conversation needs to be had though. I think you have to just discern what thing which battle and which war you want to win and fight or try to fight or whatever. Things not always worth it, and everything doesn't rise to the level. But I just think conversations should happen even when they're hard.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay. For me, I do agree with you that every conversation doesn't need to be had, but I don't know. For me, it's like having the difficult conversations is uncomfortable to the level that for me it's easier to I don't know. What I do is I talk to somebody else about the situation, usually because of a couple of things. One, um, I'm a reactive person, so if something bothers me in the beginning, I'm too like I come off too aggressive or too like and obviously if it's somebody I love and respect, I don't want to treat them like that, and I know I do that, so I don't want to do that. Two, I really don't want to argue with my friends. And three, a lot of times I feel like I can talk to somebody else, get some insight, or like have them like go back and forth with me about whether I'm overreacting or what they think. And then I feel like a good amount of times, once I feel better, like I can make myself feel better that way and just let it go. Like I don't feel like I sit around holding grudges after that. And so for me, it seems like it's easier to not have those conversations as often. I mean, obviously, if it was something super serious, but I'm talking about like sometimes I think it's better to just let it ride, let it fly.
Yeah, I don't think that I feel like before I would say like, oh yeah, it's not that serious, I won't talk about it. But now I've actually made a point to make it like for me a big thing. Like if you make me feel uncomfortable, I need to let you know. Like I need you to know you made me feel some type of way. I need you to know that I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it because then I need to know how I need to act towards you. Because are you doing something to me because like intentionally or was your vibe just off this specific day or things like that? And so now for me, I'm like, I need to speak on things in the moment because I need to be clear about what relationships I have in my life and who I have them with and what kind of relationships those are.
Okay, so, but I mean, I think those are good. I respect that. But so it's more comfortable to you to like just say to the person what you think or how you feel or what's going on than it is to just, I don't know. I, I've been told like talking to other people like might not be the right thing to do. For me, it feels right. Like I don't want to, if you make me uncomfortable, I don't want to literally be like, oh, we need to have this conversation now. That I don't like it personally.
No, yeah. I mean, but you know how, okay, so certain people are like, I'm not confrontational at all. I am. Like, I'm all for the confrontation, you know, like, which is not like, oh, I'm looking for trouble or I'm looking to argue with someone, but it's just like, I don't know, it feels like it's where I am in life now, where I don't have like the energy or the time to waste on friendships that are not going anywhere or that like don't, you know, like, I don't want to say benefit me because everybody in my life doesn't have to benefit me, but like if it's just draining of my energy and like you making me feel some type of way about myself or like about what I'm doing in life, then that's the type of stuff that I need to speak on. So if you make a comment, I would say previously I would like do the same thing, kind of like walk away and then say it to somebody else, like, oh, well, so I was talking to this person and they said this. But now I'm like, no, if you make a comment, I'm like, wait, so what do you mean? So what you're trying to say is, you know, like, I'm going to call you out in that moment because a lot of times when we're talking to people, we don't realize some of the things we say, we don't mean exactly what we say. But when you step away, like, that's kind of when, I mean, I personally, when I step away, I have the conversation played back in my head 1,000 times, and now I done made up a whole scenario, and you out to get me and some more stuff. Like, you don't
That's
like me, and you know, like now you trying to hurt me. Where it could have really just been that I misunderstood what you were saying, or you came off a little too aggressive in the heat of the moment. So I need to be like, whoa, stop, hold on. I don't like how you talking to me, or like you're making me feel some type of way. So I feel like for me, it is easier for me to just like dive in head first. Like, let's talk about this now, because I can't sit on it. Because if I sit on things, I make it worse myself.
mm.
Yeah, I agree with
And
you.
I don't feel
But I
like
feel
I'm
like
really a
it
person who
lends
can be
itself
talked
the
off the ledge.
opportunity to address something. I'm sorry. Hey, News, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
No, I was done. I said I don't feel like I'm a person that can really be talked off the ledge. Like if I feel like you already disrespected me, it don't really matter what nobody else said because now that's how I feel.
Mm. Oh, like nobody
Sure.
else can convince you.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Trey. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that I agree with you about addressing things in the moment as well because it leaves the opportunity for you to, if you have misunderstood something, to get it corrected. Because oftentimes, someone is in a type of tone in your mind, you be like, bitch, what the fuck that supposed to mean? And instead of just being like, yo, bitch, what the fuck that mean? And then she be like, oh no, I was just saying da-da-da. And you like, oh, I thought you meant da-da-da. And then it not be a big deal as opposed to going home, going on, and you mad as fuck at whomever because you feel like they came at you sideways. You know what I'm saying? So those, that's another, reason why it's sort of, it's good to, address those things when, in real time. And, something that, don't really rise to the level. Sometimes you just kind of want to say, oh, so-and-so really, rubbed me the wrong way or so-and-so pissed me off or whatever. And just, in that, I'm saying, it's just not that deep. But sometimes it is. And I think we're talking about the moments when it really is. How do you approach those moments? You know what I mean? How do you have the hard conversation with your girlfriend, with your man, with your new boo thing, with your whomever, with your children, when something's going on and stirring in your spirit that just ain't jiving well and you need to say something? How do you do that? I think that's more the question. Lady.
Yeah, I think for me, like now I'm trying to just be able to like I don't mean out of anger because anger is a different thing, but like if something, I mean generally if it hurts my feelings, I still go to somebody else to speak on it to see like because some like kind of how Noodles was saying, like sometimes it's sometimes as simple as a misunderstanding. And I guess it is, I don't know, maybe it's good to just ask the person right there, like, well, wait, why are you saying this? Or what do you mean? But I don't know. Again, for me, because I get upset about things, I think I need to process and then make sure that I'm not tripping. So I don't feel like I go head on like I probably should. So you guys, maybe you guys can help me. Like, I don't know what's best.
I agree with Noodles and Trina. Like I feel like if you deal with a situation right on hand, then you nip it in the bud so you know like whether the person meant it that way or didn't. Because if you do like like how you said how you have to go home and you have to talk about it and you have to kind of sleep on it or whatever, you're never going to know what that person actually felt. So you're going to be having all these different scenarios in your head, and then it's going to be uncomfortable the next time you talk to that person because it's going to be by then it's going to be old. You don't want to bring it up, but you still have it in the back of your mind. So, it's just going to cause problems later because then you're going to be like on every single thing, like trying to analyze everything the person says to you or whatever. And it's just going to, kind of make you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going on. If you're friends, like if you've been friends with someone for years, like us, we all know how each other are. We know how to talk to each other. We know what to say. We know what to expect from each individual. Most friends are like that. So you should be able to talk to your friend in like a nice manner or whatever, and be like, yeah, you kind of hurt my feelings, or I didn't understand what you meant by that, or whatever. Can you explain that to me? Like, or I never thought you felt this way about me, or whatever. Like, why haven't you said something sooner, or what? You know what I mean? So
It's kind of funny because now I feel like it's y'all against me.
we are Lily.
So
No, it's
I
just
do.
really to say that you just got to address things, no matter who it is, it's sometimes easier to address. I mean, and that's coming from a person that leaves everything in her back pocket, and I don't say shit. I just people to move the hell on. But that's not people that you know what I mean? Like, it's not that I don't care about them. It's just like that's more for like after a certain amount of time of trying to work within my parameters, and you just keep stepping outside of them, then I'll move like that. But no, I think Tiff and you and me are absolutely right. Well,
I don't know. I would love to be like, oh well, I just wait. Am I halfway on this damn screen? I'm sorry because this is driving me
yeah, a
insane.
little bit. Yeah.
It's so weird. Like I'm trying to shift. I'm sorry, guys. I hate that. I can't get this right. There we go. I would love to be able to say like, oh yeah, I'll talk to people and I'm talking about you guys, my friends, the people that are most important to me. Like, is this real? I'm so sorry. I'm embarrassing myself right this minute. Why? There we go. I'm gonna leave it alone now. So I would love to be like, oh, I know how to talk to you guys. But like in history for me, with my friends, I mean, we've had like knockdown, drag out arguments that end up like us not speaking for sometimes years or a year or 8 months or whatever, which for me, I don't know. Now I don't want to do that. Like, so although I do agree as far as like we're older, we know how to talk to each other, like emotions can't run a conversation. Just sometimes for me, if it's not as like, well, maybe it is serious because I mean, I guess if you don't feel, if something bothers you, then it's serious. So I don't know. I need to work on this. This is something this is definitely something I need to work on. But yeah, I don't know.
I think that both people have to be, whomever you're, having a conversation would have to be committed to, understanding and hearing someone else's perspective because it may not look like what yours is going to look like. So you can just, on your square, I'm offended, but somebody else may be like, this is why you feel offended, but you did this, and that's why I offended you. And so it has to be a two-way conversation. It may not be like someone just being like, oh, I'm sorry I offended you. It may look like both apologize saying we've offended each other. How do we move forward? You know what I mean? And if you're invested in a relationship, then I think it's worthy of trying to just, trying to make the move in terms of repairing those type of things. I don't think, friendships and important relationships are just to be thrown away. I think you put up your agreements and what someone does with your business. But all you can do is get it, you know what I mean? And then if you, when you walk away, you can honestly say, like, listen, I tried this, I did that, I made the effort to have this conversation, I did such and such out there, we can talk about it, they, you know, we every time, fuck them. You know what I mean? And you can literally be like, fuck them, and do that confidently, like, yo, like, it is what it is. I'm going like, damn, I wonder if I'm not sure if whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only thing for me is that like I feel like I spent years on some like cutting folks off, not fucking with this one, not fucking with that one. And now I feel like because I have so much history with the people I deal with, it's like I don't want to, I'm not even there like on some cutting folks off. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe I need clarity on different things or whatever. But I can admit where I'm guessing I'm part of the problem because I don't share the information like what's bothering me. I mean, not always. Let's be clear. I'm not trying to sit on here and act like I just be, oh, my feelings hurt. Like, absolutely not. I am definitely a boisterous motherfucker. So generally people around me know like, oh, something bothered me or whatever, but I just do have certain situations where I'm like, I ain't like the way she said that, or that rubbed me the wrong way, or like, oh, I don't like the energy today. And then sometimes I just feel like, do you really want to go like, oh, why were you acting like that? Or is it just better to just let it ride? And then, because for me, I feel like I don't sit around holding things like how Tiffany said, the next time you see them, then it's awkward. I feel like I usually let things go, like for the most part. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I think I do.
I mean, I think you may let things go, but I still think like if you have those feelings, you're always going to have that in the back of your mind, and you're always going to analyze everything because you're going to think that person's critiquing you at all times. You know what I mean? Or, and I mean, I understand where like sometimes where it might not be a situation where you could say something at that moment because of how you feel, but you shouldn't just let it like die down for a long time because and just be like, oh, forget about it, because you're going to think about that. You know what I'm saying? It might be something that holds you back in your relationship to getting closer to that person. I'm not only talking about friends, I'm talking about your significant other, you know, anything. You know, it's just you should always communicate. That's the biggest thing. You have to communicate. That's how you keep your friendship, that's how you keep your companionship and everything. So even in work, it's a healthy environment. The more you communicate, the better things are, and the better your work environment's going to be as well.
Yeah. It's weird because even with me saying this, I feel like I'm kind of like an over communicator, if that's even a thing. Personally, I think I over communication is like, okay, I heard you all 8 times, like stop saying the shit over and over again. But that just is usually me trying to get I'm trying to get to it.
Oh, and you over communicate things that are like menial. Like you over communicate things that I'm not gonna say they're of low value, but they're just like random different things. It comes to your heartfelt, you're bothered, you're disturbed. You much rather say it to someone else than say it to the person that's really disturbed you.
Wait, am I the only person that can let them in because it's blocking? It won't let me let them in.
Yeah, you're the only one that can let them back in.
It's so irritating to me. I don't understand. Okay, hold on. Let me just.
Well, I can't even see Noodles anymore.
She's there. Okay. Oh, nope, almost. Oh, this is so frustrating. I'm sorry, guys. I really hate the technical difficulties. How do I collapse the... Oh, my God. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, boom, got her. Whew. We're good? Aaliyah?
Hello?
Wait. Hey,
I don't think you can see me though.
No, you have your picture up.
Um,
I'm having so much difficulties with this. This
But I don't see Trina or Noodles.
Noodles is there. Trina. Oh, Noodles is there.
Okay, I see
Trina,
Aaliyah
uh,
and
try to come back in. I don't know why it's doing this though. Like, all right, I'm not gonna worry about it. But so Leah, have you been watching or no?
no, I was on the phone.
Oh, okay. So the topic is having difficult conversations with the people you love or the people like that are very important to you, whether it's friends, family, significant other, whatever, just people who are important to you.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you deal with that? Like how do you communicate and whether you communicate? I was just saying, like, a lot of times for me, I'm not, I don't feel like I'm big on just telling people when things bother me. Not sometimes I do, but I mean, for the most part, if something bothers me a good amount, I'll say it to somebody else because I feel like I'm a little bit too reactive sometimes. And then also I feel like, is that light? All right. And then also I feel like sometimes if I talk to somebody else, it helps because then they can tell me if I'm like overreacting or like, maybe give me advice before I try to deal with the exact person. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody else on the panel agrees that you should speak to the person, if not right away, at some point, like to, keep the relationship, I guess, open and healthy.
Right. I would agree.
Oh
I
my.
would agree with that.
So you think that you should? So all y'all are annoying. So everybody just thinks like, oh, do you guys do this
It's
though?
most healthy. It's the healthiest way. No, I don't always do it, but that's what I mean. I would agree with the panel that you should, but it's not. It doesn't always work out like that. I've gone years without speaking to individuals and felt some type of way about something in the past and didn't say anything. So
Yeah. So that's my whole thing. Like I know that the best thing. Well, I don't even know if I think the best thing because sometimes I think when you speak your mind, it ends up like the goal is not to just always not speak or fall out or whatever. Sometimes it's just, I guess, if for me, if I can have a conversation and we feel each other out, then I feel like, okay, maybe like this will be good. But a lot of times I feel like with people, if they already have it made up in their mind, it doesn't matter what you say.
mm-hmm.
They already feel what they feel, so they're not gonna
Be open minded to what
yes,
your
like,
feelings and
so
your
what is
thoughts
the
are.
point?
Well, but then don't you feel like if that's the type, if you have a person like that in your life, like what, then that's where you say, like, what is the point? Like, if there's somebody in my life where I feel like, oh, if we get in a disagreement, like, if I feel like you wronged me, I can't even come to you and be like, I feel like you treated me wrong because XYZ. If all they're gonna, no, that's not how it was. Like, no, that's, then we're not having a conversation, and there's really no relationship if I can't express to you how I'm feeling.
Mm,
Because I think that people fail to realize how you're feeling is not a right or wrong answer. How I'm feeling is how I'm feeling. It doesn't have to be how you meant for it to be. It doesn't have to be exactly what you said, but it's how I took it. And if I can't come to you and say, "Hey, Tiff, you hurt my feelings with this," then why do we have a relationship? You know? No, not you. You would never hurt my feelings.
that's
But you
right,
know.
baby.
But you know what I
and if
mean?
you
Like,
did,
if that's the type of relationship, like you have with somebody, then that's not like, for me personally, that's not the person I want in my life. Where if I say, oh, you know what? So you hurt my feelings with this, and it's always a, well, that's not, no, that's not what I said. So you took it wrong. Whereas there could really be a conversation that says, oh, you know what, you hurt my feelings when you said this. And the easiest way to really dead that is, you know what, my bad, I had no intentions on hurting your feelings. I'm not sure why you took it that way, but that's not what I meant. What I meant was this. And then you explain yourself, because that's how two adults have conversations. You know what I mean? And if you can't do that at this point in life, then I don't see no purpose for those type of people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But that might be why I ain't got no friends though.
But I will also say that sometimes I don't need this. I don't need to say anything or explain myself or express myself. You just be done. I cut it off. Bye. I don't
Right,
care.
exactly.
So,
But that
and I can
exactly. So that
still
means
have
that's
love
not
for
a
you and
friendship,
all
you
that.
know?
No, it can be though, but it depends on the violation. Like if you did something or said something and I took offense to it and I choose to express myself, then
Yeah.
that's fine. But if you abruptly or just openly, have a point of view and express your point of view, and we go back and forth with it, or however it goes. If I say it, I disagree about something, and that conversation is endless. I mean, like a dead end. Then
Right. It can be ended like
and
that.
choose, like, yeah, no,
Yeah, and we can move past that. Like we don't have to stay
absolutely. I
stuck
see
on
when I
that
see you.
situation. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think you were
So I
talking
think it
about people you
depends on,
love and
yeah,
like family and stuff. Yeah, so
yeah.
that's a little
I
different.
think it depends on like the person and the
I've
actual
had those
situation.
too. I hung with you had people I knew for years and I don't even talk to them.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, I've had times where like just with my siblings, they'll tell you real fast, I'm the sibling that stops talking to people.
hmm
They be like, I don't know why she not talking to me. She don't like, cause you upset me. And instead of me being like, yo, you hurt my feelings, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not talking to him.
hmm
I'm not talking to her. Oh,
Because
don't
it's easier,
don't
right?
call me on the phone with her, cause I ain't speaking to her. Like, yeah, it is easier, but at the same time,
It's not
it's
productive.
like it's so like it's not healthy,
It's not.
and it's not like the big girl thing to do.
Yeah.
Like God forbid this be
You're
the
human.
situation, but really do you really want to wake up tomorrow and your person that you're beefing with, you ain't talked to them in 6 months because they said your outfit was ugly and that hurt your feelings?
Right.
If it is, so be it. No, Stella, I'm kidding.
Leah,
I'm just kidding.
stop it.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I mean, so certain people in your life you may actually feel like that about. You know what I mean? Like it might really, like I definitely got some people like
Siblings included.
where I'm like, full transparency, my sperm donor side of the family, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? Like I don't have like, oh well, I don't want this time to go by where I don't get to deal with them or whatever.
The whole family.
The whole family, the whole thing.
Okay.
But that's how I feel. And I definitely went back and forth like, well, do I feel like this? Or, like, but yeah, that's how I feel. But Meryl, nah, I don't feel like that. I feel like if I need to sit down and talk to Meryl for 6 hours and keep saying, this is how I took this, then I'm going to sit down and talk to that nigga for 6 hours because we're going to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because I love him that much where I can't risk not having that relationship in my life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like and we're in the day and age of cutting folks off is like a popular thing to do, or oh, I remember being like, I can cut a motherfucker off like in a blink of an eye. I don't give a fuck. Da, da, da. Like I don't need nobody, thinking all that stuff. And now I'm just like, that's such bullshit. It's actually fucking sad as hell. If you run around here talking about, I'll cut this one off, I'll cut that one off. And I'm not talking about because somebody's doing something real wrong to you. I'm talking about just because you're upset about some stuff. The truth is, a lot of it is like, I think I just don't like to put my big girl panties on and have the conversations. But in my friend group, we have not been popular at being respectful to each other in conversations about difficult topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany, you're terrible. So,
I am very sensitive.
If it's sensitive.
so but I think I am way more open before. So I will tell you guys, I feel like I'm one of those people that for years I felt like in all conversations there was a right or a wrong. Like, I've grown past that. I recognize that we both can not see things the same way, and it's okay. Like, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Agree
But
to disagree.
exactly, but I
It's not always
did not
comfortable.
grow up like that. I've grown into this. I can try and tell y'all. Best
You
version
just gotta
of
choose
myself.
peace, and depending on the people and what role they play in your life, if it's just always a topic of whether it be gossip or negative or drama and all that,
Yeah.
then that's your personal choice whether you want to continue that. I don't have space for that where every time I'm picking up the phone, I'm on the phone, it's about someone else or just constantly just negativity. And even if that's something you're going through personally in your life, there's also a limit to that with me. I don't want to talk about your negative problems for 3 months.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I
Where every
understand.
time I pick up my phone, it's just this and that and that. I don't want that. That's
Yeah,
me.
that's a lot.
I choose peace.
But does that mean you stop talking to them, or do you have a
No.
conversation
It's
with
not
them
that
to
I even
say,
stop talking to them. It's just, I may not pick up as frequently. That's
Or
all.
but then
so
does
you
that
don't
mean
have
you're
the
not
conversation?
supporting your
I'm
friend?
Oh
sorry.
no, I don't know. No, I don't have the conversation. Not at all.
So you're me. But
No.
you're just on here acting like you was one of them.
No, I'm no,
I
but it's
mean,
not a
No, I'm
negative
playing, I'm
thing.
playing.
but
It's
with
not a
what
bad
you're
thing though.
saying, Leah, do you mean like, okay, if your friend's going through something, like the best example I can use is like going through with a guy. You know how sometimes you got that friend that be in that
Mm-hmm.
dumb relationship and you be like, why are you still in this? Stop talking to me about this. Is that what you mean?
That's a fine a good example. I don't want to hear that mess for 3 months. No.
Yeah, like I don't want to keep talking about
That
this.
doesn't mean I'm never gonna talk to you, but that just means I'm not answering the phone every day because
Yeah,
I know what you're
because I don't
calling me
want to keep
about.
talking about that.
Yeah, something, whatever, just anything negative, always complaining, whether it be bills, family drama, whatever. I don't want to hear anyone complaining about their bills every single day. We all pay the same bills every single month. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. I just don't want it. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about
Yeah.
what you can do to maybe release that pressure, or you know what I mean. Whether it be saving, you want to talk about saving or something.
So
How
do
do we
you say
money
that to
manage?
them
Absolutely, I've
though?
definitely done that. Like, well, why don't you watch some YouTube stuff? I definitely give that up, but if that's, oh no, I've never been good at that, and dub it, and then you're back to the drama. I've had
Yeah.
type of relationships, friendships where it was like that, and it's draining to have people like that in your life. So I don't really have it too much anymore, but you know just over the years,
Hmm.
the complainers, the gossipers, the drama heads, so every
Yeah,
time you pick up the phone.
I don't know if I even mean like that. I mean, like, okay, so all right, I know you guys are gonna. I feel like you guys are gonna say you cut them off, but like, if there's somebody in your family or friends group that you feel like is doing something specific to you or like negative, like maybe every time you see them, they got something slick to say, but this is how they talk. Is that somebody that you pull to the side, like, hey, why are you doing that, or do you just leave it alone?
Or it,
How do you deal
yeah,
with these type of things?
It depends on who they are.
I was
I
about to
usually be
say.
hitting them right back.
Yeah,
You got slick
I'm
mouth, so
very
don't
tit for
I.
tat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
I'm
if
real
it
go.
quick
comes
with
to
the comeback.
family, depending on who it is in the family, I grew up with aggressive like grandmother and some aunts and stuff, and I wouldn't talk back to them. So yeah, I shut up and just would be talking shit behind the once I closed the door, like or mother,
Mhm.
Yeah,
all of
no,
that. So
absolutely not.
I have certain family members that are just like that. Even now, I wouldn't like talk back to my grandmother, but she's still somewhat aggressive. I'm just not scared of her no more. So it's
Oh,
like whatever. But she still, it just depends. But if it's like cousins and stuff like that, I give it right back. Give it back.
Yeah, I mean, if it's somebody, okay, well, it depends. So,
Yeah.
like, if it's like my nana,
Nudies with you, anybody can get it.
no, absolutely, and that's what I was about to say. I'm gonna say like the only person in this lifetime that probably really gets a pass with talking trash to me without me saying something back is my nana,
Yep. Hmm.
because that's my nana. But like, if anybody else's grandparents or parents say something to me,
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking to go around and be disrespectful, but I'm also a grown ass woman at this point now. Like, yes,
No,
you're my elder, but
no.
can you treat me?
I would
No,
be pulling people aside, like, get your mother or get your grandmother because
see,
she
I'm
said
like,
X, Y, and Z.
you know
So
how they
yeah.
be like, oh, you gotta respect your elders, and I absolutely believe you do. But I believe my elders need to respect me too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need to stop the cycle of it being okay that, oh, because she's 65, she gets to sit around and talk trash about you, dead to your face, call you any type of name, talk about you like a dog. Like,
Well, I
absolutely
don't know
not.
about that. Yeah, absolutely
That's
not.
not okay. And and if that's how that person is, yeah, you can get it. Like, and if I feel like, like, no, I'm not gonna be like, shut up, bitch. Like, I'm just gonna be like, okay, grandma, but last time I checked, nobody actually asked you about this. Or, yeah, no, oh, that's crazy because it really was none of your business. Like, I'm not about to be slaying them like, oh, you look stupid or anything like that. But I'm gonna have my 2 cents to come back because no, I need to defend myself because I'm also the type of person that if I don't say nothing, I'm gonna go home and that's gonna
That's
boil over. And the next time I see you, I just want to chop your head off. And it's like sometimes it ain't that serious.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to the comments because I apologize. I didn't realize there was even comments up here. Hi Crystal. Crystal said what her and her children been dealing with as family and individuals the past 2 years. We've gotten to the point of truth. That's the only way we can put ourselves on a better path in life. And she said, how does a person make change if you don't speak truth? It's hard, but it's a must. And then she said that's how Stella feels. Like she agrees. So for me, it's like I do recognize that if you don't have a conversation with the person, you don't give them the opportunity to even know what is going on. Because
And sometimes correct your feelings.
right, but I don't know. It's tricky for me. I feel it goes. Why is this keep doing? I feel it goes both ways.
mm-hmm.
Like
It is both ways. It's however you
Yeah,
want
it
to
is.
do it.
like I feel like you should have the conversation with the person, but sometimes I feel like if you've dealt with somebody for years and years and years and it's the same type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
like personally I feel like I'm working on myself hard as hell. Like I'm very like rough on myself, like, nah, you got to do this, nah, that wasn't good or whatever. So for me it's like now that I'm trying to work on those things, not that I was terrible before, but I'm saying I'm trying to be a better version of myself. Like now am I going to go back like, oh well, Tiffany, you did or you said or you act like, it's like, or do I just let it ride on some, that's how Tiff moves.
I felt like I said earlier, if you got somebody that you've been around for so many years, you know how that person is. So I feel like you should be able to talk to them because and each individual, we are not the same as we was 20 years ago or
Right.
25 years ago. We've all grown. We have different thoughts, different views. You know what I mean? We're not the same person. So most likely you're not going to get the same reaction. This is how you've grown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the other person has grown too. But you have to keep it real. Like Crystal said, you have to tell the truth because you can't have a relationship, whether it be friendship or, a significant other. You cannot have that and not be able to be open or feel like you got to be walking on eggshells because you don't want to say this because that person's feelings get hurt easy or whatever. Because I mean, there's ways you can tell people stuff without hurting their feelings. You know what I mean? It's the delivery. That's what it is.
That's Trina's favorite saying. Where you at, Trina?
Yeah, I live by it. Like you could tell somebody anything. It ain't never what you say. It's always how you say it. And if I've taken the time to give you this information in my best tone and my best voice and my best damn vernacular, you better damn well receive this shit the right way because I'm taking the time to do that. And if you if you don't receive it that way when I know I'm trying to deliver it that way, so you're just committed to misunderstanding me, and there's nothing I can do about that.
So okay. In those instances, if there's no resolution, do you just move on, or like how do you deal? Like,
I feel like you gotta have. Sorry.
What it is? Yeah, but because doesn't it depend on who it is, what it is? So like if it's a good friend, if it's a personal relationship that you value, I mean, don't you want to get a resolution? I mean, if there's just a place where you can't get any, then I mean, some people just don't want to hear it. Some people are closed-minded. Some people are stagnant in their growth. There's a lot of reasons why people don't get it, but I mean, to the best of your ability, I would want a little bit of closure if I can get it.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm saying it's kind of funny because me and Tiffany have had falling outs. Me and Trina have had knockdown, drag out discussions just recently but in the end, it's like, I mean, me and Tiffany haven't had falling outs in years, but like, so we were younger and that was different stuff. And I felt like our stuff would be way too aggressive and annoying. In this day and age, I feel like we could probably have conversations differently. But again, a lot of stuff I would just be like, but not silent, like I don't care. I usually go to somebody else, like, listen to this and tell me what you think. Do you guys think that's the wrong thing? Because I get that you think I should go to the person, but do you think it's wrong to like get a different set of ears before you deal with that?
No, because sometimes it takes another person's perspective to kind of open your eye. Like everybody can't see like both sides of the story. You know what I mean? Whereas if something happens, I might be able to understand from both sides of it, where when you were on one side of it, no, you didn't understand the other side until I explained it to you. Like, well, did you think about this? Or so then you can go back to them with a clearer head and like maybe be just a little bit more reasonable than you would have been if you didn't speak to someone else.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like if me and Tiff are arguing over something and I call Trina and I'm like, yo, listen to this. First of all, I keep trying to tell y'all, Trina's like my hood Gandhi. So she breaks things down for me. Like where a lot of times she make me sound like I'm a damn nut. So I don't know, there's that.
I feel like you have to be careful with that though, because you still throw off impressions about other people when you do that. Like if you have that one person, your go-to person, like I know I've done that where I'm talking, where I have my one person and I'm always when either if it's a disagreement or I feel like I'm in the wrong, or hey, listen to this exactly like you said, but then that person is now perceiving, you know what I mean? Like I've been in situations within we're all around each other, and that person is feeling some type of way about the people that I genuinely do love.
Right. Well,
that person was in my life from like 8th grade, and now we don't. Now it's like a whole. It put me in a position where pick and choose. Not to say you're in that situation. I'm just saying I literally lived that.
So you mean like if her going to Trina would be like, maybe it would make Trina feel a different way about the person?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it
I agree with that.
Not like
absolutely.
you feel a certain type of way, but I feel like you look at them a certain way. Like even if it's not purposely, it just happens. Like people do that to me, have done that to me about other people, and then when I be around them, I be looking at them like, I know you grimy, or I know even if I'm not treating them that way, I think that because I know, even though I only know one side of the story. Because that person keeps coming to me. Like I feel like you just got to be careful with that. That's all. But yeah,
that makes sense. I do agree. I definitely have an opinion.
It's good to like sometimes have that other person's opinion first, because then you question yourself. You know what I mean? Like, damn, was I jacked up or was she jacked up? Am I bugging? You know? So
well, and I agree with you, because that has happened to me where to some degree where for me it's more of people feeling like I'm sharing their business when it's like, actually, I'm not sharing your business. I'm sharing mine.
I'm sharing my business.
I have the right to share my business or whatever's happening to me. Or if I'm explaining something because of something with me, I'm not running around here trying to gossip about anybody. I do
Right.
agree with you where it can cause conflict, but to me, I don't just go to Trina. If I'm
Right.
upset
Right.
with Trina, I might go to Tiff, or I might go to
Right.
your mother, or like,
Right.
so
Right.
I do it to
That-
everybody because everybody get on my damn nerves sometimes. And for me, it's easier just because I know that I don't, not like, oh, I'm a nut, but like kind of I'm a nut. And like stuff does frustrate me. And I'll be like, damn, because it could be simply not even like a, what you say, you know, if, like y'all say, oh, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. For me, it's like sometimes it
Like it's
is
both.
what you said. Yeah,
Right.
But I
it's
think
For
not. I
real.
don't like what you fucking said.
I
And
think
so
that it's okay though.
Yeah.
Like
it's
it's
okay
okay
to
for
go to other people.
I think it's okay to
Yeah.
go to other people, and I think it's okay for other people to build. Like, okay, so if Trina called me and was like, "Oh, so I talked to your mother about this," and then yeah, now I'm feeling some type of way, like, "Dang, ma, that's how you treat people." I think that's okay for other
Yeah.
people to know. I
Yep.
think if I'm your friend or your family, and I feel like you wronged my friend or family, not for nothing, I want to know because I want to know what type of person you are all around, not just who you are to me.
Yeah, but if your friend and your family still chooses to be friends with that person, then no, it's wrong of you to have any type of opinion or mistreat someone because of what
Well, I
your
wouldn't
family
mistreat,
told
but
you. You know what I mean? So
so yeah, if it's like, oh, you're mistreating them because of something, but at the same
right.
time, I'm perfectly fine with like I absolutely have an opinion about people based on how they treat other people. Just because you didn't treat me bad, if you treated my sister bad, then yes, I feel some type of way towards you. That doesn't mean I can't be cordial and
Outside
still
of the
love you. You know what I mean?
outside of siblings though, because
But I
that's
mean,
definitely
beyond siblings, if I got
that's clear.
yeah,
Absolutely.
like if I got, but I feel like that's the type of like everybody in my. The thing is that maybe it's harder for me. Everybody that I have in my life
Hmm.
is dang near as close to me as a sibling. Like
Right.
I don't have people that I'm like, oh yeah, she cool. You know, like no, it's either I deal with you and like
I
this
would
is
agree.
genuinely my family,
Yeah.
or I don't. So yeah, I if it's sibling, mother, or like freaking just a friend, if I feel like yo, you actually out here, maybe like you treating people wrong, I should be able to know that because in my head I'm like, okay, well, will you do that to me?
Now, what if it was your sibling?
I want to know. Yo,
So if
I've had situations where my
right,
siblings
me, I have
have
to. Yeah.
have done wrong to people, and I'll call you out on it. Like I'll let you
And
know.
sometimes that helps.
Like yeah, it does because like yeah, you're my brother, but what you're doing is trifling, and that's not cool. Me and my siblings have
But
gone
even
toe
if
to
it's
toe.
repetitive, that doesn't mean it's going to change your view or your dealings with your brother.
It absolutely will. It's not going
Okay.
to change my dealings with him, but it's going to make me feel a certain way. Like I've had conversations with my siblings where I'm like, what you're doing reflects on you as a person, and I don't like what you're portraying yourself to be. This
Mm.
is not okay. This is not the type of person we are. And we'll go back and forth like, and that is what it is. Whatever, but I'm gonna call you out like, nah, I don't like that you did that, and I'm not gonna change it or sugarcoat it. If anything, I might be harder on you because nigga, you my brother
Mm.
or you my sister, and we don't treat people like that. Because if the roles were reversed and they're like, oh, this person did this to me, then it's, like now it's time to go to war. You know what I mean?
I know
Well,
where you're coming
but
from, but it's
sister,
like
it
I
was
feel
child.
like I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
I feel like I understand where you're coming from when you say you got that have that one person that you talk to or whatever. But I do feel like what Aaliyah said, sometimes when you talk to a certain individual about like even if it's you and you're talking to them about how you feel about a situation, that person does judge the person all the time, right? I mean, they probably try not to, but in the back of their mind, every time they see that person, or you know what I'm saying, or just think about
Yeah.
or hear that person's name or whatever, they're always going to remember the conversation or conversations that you had about that person. Like I'll give you an example. Like my oldest son always say to me that because I talk to so much of my family members, well, not so much, but because I don't have that much, but because I talk to my family members about him, you know what I'm saying? That they look at him a different way and they treat him a different way because of how, of the stuff that I tell them.
Mm.
And it's true. He is right. It is true. But I mean, I'm saying, like, who else am I supposed to talk to? I'm not talking to
Right.
strangers. You know what I'm saying? I have to, most of his situations have something to do with me in one way or another. And sometimes I just need to get that out. I do it to my family because I figure, hey, those are the ones that's going to be biased because they're supposed to love him or me no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
but it
That's
does.
true.
People do have, use their feelings based on what people say about other people,
But do you think it's bad? Do you think it's a bad thing?
Yeah, I do because I think everybody should be judged by their individual experience with that person. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like if Lily was to be like, oh, like I don't know, Katu be acting funny or whatever, like, she don't be doing this or this and that. And then I start judging Katu based on what Lily says and I start treating her funny. No, I might not have the same experience that Lily has with Katu.
Right.
It
Right.
might be a total different. It might be a total different thing. It might be the vibes that Lily kick off, or you know what I'm saying. That I just feel like each person is has different experience with everyone else.
Yeah.
So you guys do not think that it's good to share your
I think it
situation with
depends.
others.
Yeah, I think it depends. I just depends on how often you're
Yeah,
doing it, and then how often people are around each other too. Like, if you're just going through something and you need to vent, okay, it is what it is. Who you vent to is your choice. I think I only brought that up because of I recently went through it like a year ago where me and a friend of mine who again I was friends with since 8th grade decided, okay, she didn't want to be friends anymore because she felt like, and it was I've never went to her and like literally talked about specific people, but I've talked about situations just out of frustration or hurt feelings, whatever, however you want to categorize it. And then it became a big issue. Like, and they were never like really hanging with
I knew it was you. I was gonna-
she just was opinionated, like, why do you hang with them or you shouldn't hang with them and things. It's just like, girl, I was venting. Like, can you take the vent or you can't take the vent? Because when people vent to me, I don't go back or necessarily really pass judgment. I just feel like, okay, you were mad, y'all are family, y'all are siblings, y'all are going through something, and I leave it at that.
So don't you think it should be on the person that you're venting to like not act
Absolutely.
a
So I feel like that's
certain
why
way?
I said be careful, be wary of it. So
Yeah.
choose wisely.
and
Yeah,
that's
cause
why
I
I
mean,
say, sorry, go ahead.
I'm still like tell people I want to know. So I
That's
want to
what I'm
know how,
saying.
like I want to know how people treat you. I absolutely do, and I'm never gonna change that. I want to know who just because they don't treat me like that. I don't want to be out here blindly trusting people that ain't really trustworthy. If I like, should I not
Nudie,
tell
somebody
you
do something, yeah, a friend or whoever, a significant other,
anybody?
do mistreat someone else in their past does not mean that's not how they're gonna do
Not
you.
I'm not talking about the past. I'm not asking you to tell me what happened between you and my mommy 10 years ago. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I'm talking about now, currently, because what I did in the past, like, yo, if we're judging each other on the past, then we ain't judging each other because we was all, I would hope, totally different people. But I'm talking about right now.
Right.
Like, so right now, if I say, of course this would never, like, I would never expect this to happen, or never, it would never happen. If I say, yo, I'm trying to think of a person, I don't even know. If I say, oh, Dejana came in my house and money's missing, should I tell Tiff that? Like, if Dejana wasn't your kid, should I tell you, like, yo, she came in my house and money's missing? Or should I be like, I'm gonna keep that between us?
I don't
That
know.
I think that's a
Up to you.
different situation. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
different.
that's
Like
yeah.
money.
That's we're talking about like. I feel like this
So, like,
conversation is more or
betrayal
less
type
like
of thing, though?
not betrayal. Like so, let's say for instance, bring it back to the conversation last week. Like how we were saying how you always got to tiptoe around people. How and nowadays it's like everybody's offended by every little thing. And Lily brought up like
Oh,
the having the clothes on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say for instance, like I was like, damn, Lil, you said you lost some weight or something like that, but damn, when using your pictures, you look like a stuffed sausage or whatever. Like, I'm thinking, damn, me and her can be kicking it like that or whatever. But then she go to Katu and be like, well, damn, Tiff kind of hurt my feelings because I lost like 20 pounds or whatever, and she told me I look like a stuffed sausage in my dress or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then
yeah,
Katu's like, what the fuck, man? Damn,
yeah.
why she
See,
have
I
to
want
say
to know
that? If
that.
she don't
Like,
have
why she
if she
say that?
don't have nothing nice to say, she should just keep her mouth shut or whatever. I'm playing, you know what I'm saying? I don't really mean like she looked like a stuffed sausage, but if she told me she lost 20 pounds and I don't see it, you understand what I'm saying? It's the way I presented it to her. If I had delivered it a little better, like, damn, Lil, I thought you said you lost weight. I really, you look good or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it's not what I expected. I thought, maybe you lost a little bit more. It could have been the camera or something. I'm just using that as an
They
example,
all,
baby, because you
they
look
all,
good in that dress,
they
girl.
all sound
You look good.
terrible.
You look good. I only got
Terrible,
that.
terrible examples.
So,
And if
according
it's
to Tiff, you need to go
repetitive,
back to the gym.
meaning she's always going to them and
You
saying,
on Facebook?
something either
Oh, he
did
did. Oh,
said or
the face.
something like it's always
Right.
something, then yeah.
So
Should have put that on.
that's definitely gonna make Katu hate me. And when Katu meets me or whatever, or sees me, or she's gonna be
Right.
thinking in the back of my mind, like, damn, she hurt Lil's feelings for like no reason. Look at her. Like, she didn't lose no weight. Shit. I thought she was juicing and doing the damn too. You know what I'm saying? So and then it'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Then two gonna be trying to hurt my feelings, and then it's gonna be like, that's why, like, if you just nip it in the bud right then and there, like, all right, Tiff, man, come on. I thought I looked really good and I did lose weight or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you get that shit out because I don't want to be hurting nobody's feelings. But like I
Yeah.
said, if you say it to somebody else,
That's why I said you just have to be
they gonna judge.
careful. Like, be
Yeah.
careful. That's all I'm saying, because I feel like I'm a really good person to do. Like, I feel like I've always been able to um most of the time get to know people for myself. I
Yeah.
don't need, I
Okay.
don't care what you went through with my friends or anything. Like, if they're still choosing to be around you, then okay, and they're putting me around you, then you have an opportunity for me to get to know you on my own. That doesn't necessarily mean because I know 10 stories about you from this person that now I'm going to dislike you and I'm not going to mistreat you. So I've actually done very well with that throughout my life. So there are other people who are not. Like, oh, you did this 10 times to my girl, I hate you, don't bring me around that chick. Oh, she's grimy, she's that. I've never really been like that for the most part. Like, if you're still around this person and you feel like you want to invite me around her and all that, then okay, there's something there, and I'll give that person an opportunity,
Yeah.
even knowing everything that I know. That
Yeah,
just means
I
I'm
mean,
very cautious, but that doesn't mean I won't say hello or be around you. You know what I mean? So
I
And
don't even
honestly,
know
some people treat other
if
people different than they treat, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they might be grimy to that person, but they might treat you differently. You know what I'm saying? I think
absolutely.
it's based on
But is
people's
that the type of
personalities.
person
You know
you
what I'm
want to be
saying? Like,
around?
It is.
yeah.
It is.
yeah,
No, that's not the type of person you want to be around. But sometimes you can't help who you be
Yeah,
around. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if
absolutely.
the person's grimy, but they never really did like stuff
Yeah,
to
that's
you
it.
that was that
Grimy
bad,
stuff
you know
to
what I'm
you.
saying? And
Yeah.
it's like you're not gonna just cut them off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but it's
Not
beyond
for me
like
to cut
just
off if
cutting
I don't
them
even
off.
know her. Like,
But
we're all going to
beyond
sleep.
cutting them off, don't you want to like? I don't know. I just want to know who you are when you're around me and when you're not around me. You know what I
but
mean?
you're still judging them off someone else's experiences and
yeah,
opinions. So
Yes,
you have got
right.
to be able to
absolutely.
dictate make those own decisions for yourself if you're
And
going to
I
be put
and
around that person.
yeah, but I feel like I can make. Please, God, if I made, if I treated people based off how they treated the people around me, I wouldn't talk to nobody on this earth. I can absolutely separate it, but I also like to know, like, oh, mental note, she's a hater. Oh, mental note, she's not supportive, but okay, I can still be cool with you. Like, but I know in the back of my head, like, yeah, she's a hater though.
But that's the thing. She might not be a hater to you. She might just have a personal with that person. You know what I'm
But if
saying?
you
Like
a hater,
a
you kind of
love-hate
just a
relationship
hater.
with the person.
If you a hater, you a hater. In
And
my
that
book.
and that word hater is so
Not
it just
really.
depends. It's like so watered down now.
Like
So because I don't
if I'm
agree with you
always
or like everything you do, that means I'm a hater.
no, but if I'm
Mhm.
always doing, if me and you are, we both on our own paths of life, right? And I'll use me and you as an example,
Mhm.
and perfect example. And you buy your house, and I'm like, yo, I'm so happy for you, like that's so dope. And then I buy mine, and you be like, it's really not that hard, nigga. You hating,
Right.
Yeah.
you hating, right?
Facts.
So if that's how
I
you
mean, you're
treat,
just a little shady.
yeah, exactly. So if that's how you treat people, I want to know that. I
Yeah.
want to
Mhm.
But
know if
I
it's
think
just
that's
if
a characteristic though. Like I don't think that's you treating someone anything. Just say that's
nah
a
people.
trait.
I was
It
just
it
about to
it
say they
is a
could just be a
characteristic.
shit
Some
talker
people be
though,
hating.
Some
Yeah,
people are just
true.
Nah.
natural shit talkers.
No,
They don't mean
that's
nothing
that's
by it.
not just trash talking. When somebody's belittling you and what you do,
Hmm.
your accomplishments, that's not trash talking. That's them not supporting you and them trying to make you feel like less than you are. If I love you and you doing a good job, I'm gonna be like, bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good
Yeah,
job. I'm
absolutely.
not gonna be like, oh, Leah got her little house now. She thinks she all that. Like it ain't even that hard to get one. Like, yes it is. And she did it. And
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. Congratulations. Like, and that's the energy I have to have with everybody
That's
though.
and
So
that's what you want around you though. That's what we all want
yeah,
around us.
exactly. So,
Absolutely.
but if you like, I would want you to be like, Auntie Lil, I talked to Noodles. I'm like, yo, I just bought this house, and she's like, I did that last year. It's not that hard. Like, yes, because maybe if you didn't check me, maybe she will. And be like,
Yeah.
yo, I heard you did this, and like, and it don't even got to be on some like, yo, you're mad bogus. Like, do you really think that was the appropriate comment to make, or a simple like,
Hmm.
yo, you really have to be careful with what you say and how you say things because one, you could hurt people's feelings, and two, you could make yourself look like something that you may very well not be.
Yeah.
Or you just could be a hater.
Exactly. And if you're a hater, I would like to know. You
Oh
ain't gotta
God.
hate on me to be a hater.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know. I think the conversation went to the left from what
It
we
I
went
was
originally
like
gonna
three
say,
planned
I'm a
on.
different
little
ways.
confused.
It did. It kind of went three different.
Yeah.
I'm not sure now if it's better to talk to the other person or
Yeah.
if it's better to-
Me either.
I
I'm
think it is.
confused now.
I think it's good to have a sounding board. Like I sometimes like just like you said, like sometimes you could be a nut. And yeah, you are. Sometimes when you call me and be saying stuff, I'm like, okay, so you're being crazy today. That's what's happening. So sometimes we need that. Come on now. If somebody ain't talking Tiff off the ledge over there, then
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
yes,
But that's the thing. When you acknowledge that you're crazy, you understand what I'm saying? That's why I
no,
feel like she's a nut and I'm crazy. I mean, I know that like sometimes I hear shit that the person didn't even say, but I think they thinking it in their mind and I heard it. I heard them
exactly.
say it.
I do
You know what
that
I'm
too, and
saying?
I didn't even
Yeah.
know.
Me
I
too.
just realized I do that because of Trina. She says
No.
it all the time. Like, Lil,
And then you have whole conversations and build the scenario out in your
Yeah.
head. And this ain't never happened, and probably ain't never gonna happen. But now I'm prepared for the conversation we're going to
Oh
have
my God.
about something we never even talked about.
Crystal
But that's
agrees.
why I'm saying I think you should talk to the person and not talk to a third party. I think you should talk to a third party like if you know that if you feel like that's going to put a wedge in your relationship, right? If you think that that person's going to react like bad off of it, but then if that person's going to react bad off of something that you're not sure about and you just want to clarify, and you know what I'm saying, then you don't need to be around that person because like we're all old now, you know what I'm saying? Like no one needs to, especially
Yeah, let me hop in here real quick, y'all. Y'all been going on for a minute. Can I hop in here real quick?
yeah.
Mhm.
Can I hop in here real quick. I don't y'all got y'all's opinions and I respect them. I don't agree with shit y'all talking about. For me, and this is me. If I have a friend or a family member and there's somebody mishandling the fuck out of a friend or a family member, and I am in contact enough to know about this particular person,
Hmm.
I would be goddamn if I don't have the right to step away from that fucking person. I'm stepping the fuck
Amen.
away. Now, if
Absolutely.
that friend or
Amen.
family member want to fuck with that person, go right ahead. It doesn't make the person who don't want to fuck with a person no more because of the way they view them, not
Mhm.
only based on what they've seen them do to friends or family members, or just based on who they view them to be as a fucking human overall. That person has the right to say, "No, I'm not fucking with them." No, it don't mean that they're petty. It doesn't mean that they're
Preach.
fucking. They don't know how to handle some shit. It just means that, yeah, I feel like this bitch is a fucking shay slut, so I'm not fucking with her no more. That's just what that means. I got a
That's
right to step the fuck
absolutely.
away.
Yep.
Period.
But what if
No,
you've
That's
never
all
exactly.
that
been?
that means.
But what if
Can I
you've
finish
never
real
been
quick?
around that person though?
Real quick, y'all, real quick. I shut the fuck up and let y'all go off. Let me just have this word real quick. The second part is that I always feel like if you're my girl, if Lil's my girl, and she tells me Tiff's doing some fucking shady shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's her and Tiff's relationship. I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? But by the 30th year of her telling me Tiff done some shady shit, I got a right to say, you know what? Like, I dig that that's your girl. I get it. I don't like that though. That shit don't work for me, right? And if something don't work for me, it just don't work for me. I don't judge nobody for who they choose to fuck with. I don't say shit about people choose to fuck with. I just don't fuck with them. So I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be perfectly clear in the context of Lil and I's relationship that I am very impartial. No matter who I do or don't fuck with, I keep it a buck 100 ways across the board.
Mm-hmm.
If she's wrong, I'm going to say, nah, nigga, you wrong. Whether I fuck with somebody or not. Wrong stay wrong for me. I don't fucking switch it around because I feel a certain way. I'm not the motherfucker. I'm the motherfucker like, nah, you got to fix shit. You got to repair shit. You got to talk about shit. I'm not the nigga like, nah, fuck that bitch. Nah, that ain't me. That ain't the type of time I'm on. So I'm guessing that there are certain people who will get on that kind of time. I'm not
Right.
one of them. I'm not one of them. So
Yeah.
I just want to be clear about that context because that's not the way I give it up in me and Lil's relationship. I tell Lil the real, whether she want to hear the real shit or not. Whether she's right as two, or left in the right foot, or whether she's wrong as
Mm-hmm.
two left shoes. I'm going to tell her what it is. And she be getting mad at me about it sometimes. She don't want to hear it sometimes. But I'll be damned if I'm going to watch her say some slick shit, do some slick shit, be wrong as fuck, mishandle one of y'all a certain kind of way that I'd be like, yo, why would you say that? Why would you do that? And not say nothing about it. I'm going to say something. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah.
In this scenario, because
That's not the same though, because she's not mistreating anyone because of anything you're saying or judging
yeah,
someone
but
because of what you're saying.
everybody doesn't mistreat someone because of that, because there's like
But
so
that was
many
the topic when
scenarios.
I said you have to be careful depending on who. If you have someone
Right.
solid who can just take your shit and keep it real with you on your whether you were wrong or your friend was wrong, whatever, that's different versus you constantly going to somebody and then them uh you know choosing to dislike someone or have an opinion about someone based off solely off what you say.
So
Right.
basically, it got to be the right person.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be the right person.
Well, yeah, I mean, in any instance or whatever, it's like it goes one way or another. Like usually, realistically, if I'm telling Trina about somebody, if she doesn't know them, how would they ever have a conflict?
No, it's not about a conflict though. But if one day you have a cookout or something, or you have them around the same time, and then like just hypothetically you introduce them, or you say, or you try to put them in the same conversation, and or someone acts shady,
Oh, okay.
even if
That
they're
could
not
happen.
saying anything bluntly disrespectful, it's just you can feel energy. Energy
Right.
is everything. So I know if someone
Yeah.
has been speaking negatively about me about someone when I see them face to face, just off their interaction with me. So you know what I mean? It's just energy.
Nope, I don't agree with that, because I feel like sometimes you might meet somebody and their energy be different with you for whatever reason, and then you just assume it's based off of
Nah, I be knowing.
conversation. Well,
Nah, most of the times it is. If you having conversations about that person to a friend, and you happen to have a gathering, and that friend start treating that person funny, it is based on what you said. It ain't got nothing to do with what
Right.
they vibing. it's usually over that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just be like that. Like, you know, if you're their friend or whatever, like, I mean, come on. They don't want nobody treating their friends badly. You know what I'm saying? So when they do have an encounter with that person, it'd be like, you know, on some aggressive shit, you know?
I mean, it could be. I think that one could go both ways. Like, I definitely think that can go both ways. I've been to a place with Trina where I introduced her to someone who I've never had a problem with at that time and never talked bad about her or anything. And they did not vibe that day. He could have easily walked away like, oh, Lil must have said or did, and then that never happened. It was just Trina wasn't vibing her, she wasn't vibing Trina, whatever. Like, and it deaded like that. It had that had absolutely nothing to do with me. But I've also been in situations where folks, I say something and folks feel some type of way, and I mean, I just don't think it's that serious to me, because first of all, anybody I'm venting to is important to me. Anybody I'm venting about is important to me. So it's not like I don't know. I think we're complicating this a little bit too much. For me, the reason why I vent to other people is because it's easier for me. It makes me feel safe. And a lot of it is based off of my history with people. And in particularly, the reason why I do go to Trina is because out of every single friend that I've ever had, she is the only one. She's not the only one who tells me the truth. She's the only one who has spoken to me in the truth in a way that I have been able to receive better.
Right. I have two of those, so I get it. Absolutely.
So me and Tiffany and me agree on things a lot, but Tiffany's a fucking nutcase. And so, yeah, she's not the person to bounce off of unless I want to be hype.
I'm about to kill everyone.
Calling the kettle black. I've been the voice of reason plenty of times. I don't want to hear that.
Where
sometimes
me and
I tell you crazy.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But with me and Trina don't agree with 85% of the shit that I think. So if she agrees, she'll tell me she agrees. But if she doesn't, she'll tell me she doesn't agree. But it's never like, it doesn't feel the same that it does from my other friends.
So I think it's just fair to say that it works for you to have that. And I think sometimes other people in other situations may want to have something like that and don't have that, and then it can get flipped around and stuff. That's all I'm saying. And that's good. You have a Trina, but everybody doesn't have that. So when people are just going to people venting and talking, you know what I mean? It can do exactly what I was saying. But if so from your own personal experience, absolutely.
Nothing's
wrong with that.
No, in my case too. Like, there's been times where stuff has kind of like where I felt like, oh shit, or whatever. Like, I don't mean to make things different or whatever. Like, where things I've even realized going on where it's like, oh shit, okay. But like Crystal said, perspective is people's perspective. And what I have recognized in my life is if you feel some type of way, it's very difficult to convince somebody something different. For me, that's maybe not everybody, and for me, but okay, I'm working on it, guys. I'm gonna work on being able to talk to people about stuff that bothers me, because a lot of times I'm just telling the truth. I just don't. I don't know.
You don't care?
No, I don't talk to them. Like, I'll discuss it, and then usually, I mean, don't get it twisted. I say I will go to a person also. I'm just saying I try to pick and choose it a lot more carefully now, because for me, I've went through years of not speaking to people over simple, stupid shit. And I don't want to do that anymore. I also am a reactor, and I have reacted incorrectly, or maybe at the time it was the right thing, but I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm trying to move forward in a different manner. So I don't know. I'm gonna end it because I feel like we're going in circles at this point. I do like the topic. I hope that more people join in with their perspectives and different conversations. I appreciate all y'all for getting on here. and
Yay.
supporting the movement. More topics coming next week. You guys stay tuned. So we did switch it to Mondays at 8 because 7 just was not working for you.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because I was 7.
All right.
It's good.
Any final words? Final, not long term. Or you
Love
got
and blessings. Love and blessings, man.
all right, Leah. Keep it short. Tip, you good?
I'm good.
Moody? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. And Tree just dropped off on me. Crystal, you good? Oh, okay. Look, Crystal, I'm including you, girl. Crystal said good night, ladies. Enjoy your combo when I catch you. That's awesome.
Okay.
Make sure you got that notification on, Crystal. And you guys, please make sure you like this page on Facebook and on YouTube. Come on. I'm trying to make a living off of this, you guys.
I almost threw you in a group, but I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
You almost what?
Threw you in a group.
What do you mean?
You know, you can share a live to a group, like it has like 3,000.
Yeah, throw me in the group,
So-
girl. Let's go. I want more people. I need more comments. Let's go. If you guys have topics, please inbox me, text me, drop it right on the page itself. Make sure you are checking for Business and Bull Swanky for caffeine conversations in the mornings. And okay, nobody on here has handles. All right, we're gonna say good night. Thank you guys.
Good
Night.